In 2000, Milwaukee County became one of the 5 original pilot programs for family care in Wisconsin. For the first 9 years, we only served older adults. In November of 2009, the State of Wisconsin Department of Health Services awarded Milwaukee County a contract to expand the family care benefit program to younger people aged 18 to 59 with physical and developmental disabilities. Family care is a very different program than what had been serving people previously. Family care works with members and their families to determine member outcomes. In other words, what they need to live as independently and successfully as possible. Family care has always been about the right service at the right time, for the right reason, in the right place, and at the right cost. One of our agencies that serves people with disabilities, Curative, had a member, John, in one of their group homes. The rate for that group home was higher than average, but so was the care that John needed. Curative had served this member for a number of years and had done a great job. They wanted him to stay in his home. So did his family, and so did John. Milwaukee County wanted the best possible outcome for John. We wanted him to stay in his home, but we needed to make sure that we were doing it in a reasonably cost-effective fashion. So the challenge to Milwaukee County and to Curative was to come together and brainstorm about how we could make this happen for John.
Our son John Paul has autism. He's been here at Curative in the residential and the day services program since he was 22 or 23, and he's 36 now. He doesn't talk, but he types, and he's stated that he loves his life, and I don't think a lot of us can say that. When Curative came to us and told us that John might not be able to keep his home here, we were devastated. We were totally devastated because for him to start all over again would be near impossible. With his autism, I think what it meant for us was that he would lose his home and lose the life that he loves right now.
And unfortunately, that was the decision that Curative was faced with. We, had deliberated as a team, and we had looked at every possible option, and that would have been the outcome.
The last thing the Milwaukee County Department of Family Care wanted to do was fix what wasn't broken. We wanted John to stay in his own home, but we needed to think about it in a more creative fashion.
We thought very creatively about our Maple Road group home, which is set up somewhat like an old farmhouse. The ground level is, for all intents and purposes, a 2-bedroom apartment. Then we have the main level, which has 5 bedrooms and 5 gentlemen living on it. And then there's an upper level that is a single 1-bedroom apartment. And JP was residing, and had been for a very long time, in the lower level. Although there were 2 bedrooms, he was only utilizing 1, so we essentially had an entire bedroom that wasn't being used. So we thought, why don't we put JP in the upper apartment? He's a type of individual that likes to be around other people when he wants to be around other people, but likes to be by himself a good deal of the time. So that opened up then the lower level with a kitchen and two bedrooms and its own bathroom. And when we started thinking about this concept and who we could fit into that lower level of the Maple Road group home, my team and I instinctively came up with Bruce and Ed because they are best friends. They are very high functioning. They have the ability and the need and the want to be more independent.
Is that Spider-Man?
Yeah.
He's a big guy.
So in looking at what we could do for John, we also began to focus on Bruce and what opportunities might be there for him. Bruce had been very happy at his previous Curative home, but he also had a 40-minute van ride every day, as did his best friend Ed.
Van ride is kind of like crazy because it's very noisy.
So we approached them and said, at Maple Road, you will not have to take a van ride. You can walk, all by yourself right across the walkway to the group home. They also now have the ability to be on their own in this lower level apartment setting. Bruce loves to cook, so we are hoping to get those 2 guys more involved in making their own meals, but still with assistance, because they absolutely still need our assistance. But this was just such a great opportunity for them.
Oh, this?
Yes.
Is the coolest thing ever.
And we utilized 2 extra beds in that home, which essentially, brought down the overall cost of that group home. At the end of the day, we need to be reimbursed at a level that at least covers our costs. And I think by creating this situation and thinking a little bit outside the box, we were able to do that, because now we were spreading that cost across 7 individuals instead of the 5 that we had had.
We knew that family care was a model that could work well for younger people with disabilities, and John and Bruce and Ed show that it really can.
They found a way. They found a way for him to stay in his home, and we're totally grateful for that.